Hey guys, this is the 6th in my Art Fundamentals tutorial series. This time, it's all about color. There are loads of things I could go into about color and color theory, and I highly suggest researching more information when you have the spare time. For now, I'm just going to cover the basics to help give you a starting understanding about this element of art. Color is produced by light and pigments. Using color in art can help generate specific feelings, thoughts, or behaviors that we want to express or have our audience experience. Color can be broken down into three main parts. Hue, which is the name or type of color, such as red, green, violet, etc. Value or saturation, which is the shade of the color. This deals with how much gray is in the color. The more gray you add to a color or hue, the less saturated and more dull it appears. The less gray and thus more saturated, the brighter and more intense the color or hue appears. Intensity or brightness, which is the purity or strength of the color. This is how much white or black is in the color. Tinting a color is adding white. Shades of a color are made by adding black. See this paint splotch I have created digitally? Watch what happens as I adjust the dials for hue, saturation, and brightness. You can play around with similar tools in free art programs like MS Paint, the GIMP, and others. You can also do this traditionally with different paints like acrylics or oils. There are different groupings of color as well. The two biggest groups are additive and subtractive colors. Subtractive color is probably the one most people are familiar with, as it's the one most often taught, at least in American schools. This is where you hear the standard primary colors from our color wheel. This is a color wheel for subtractive colors. Notice how each color leads fluidly into the next. The primary colors are the three main colors that create every other color on the wheel. Without them, no other colors can be made. For subtractive colors, those are red, yellow, and blue. Using those three primary colors together, we can create the three secondary colors. Red with yellow makes orange, yellow with blue makes green, and blue with red makes violet. Repeat the process once more for your tertiary colors. Aside from the different starting primary colors, the biggest difference between subtractive and additive colors is the brightness. With subtractive colors, you start out with white. The more colors you mix together, the blacker the colors become. With additive, it's the opposite. You start with black and end with white. For additive colors, this is what you'll see most often on your computer, as this is how computers, and our eyes, but this isn't a biology lesson, handle colors. Its primary colors are red, blue, and green. The secondary colors are yellow, mixing red and green, cyan, mixing green and blue, and magenta, mixing blue with red. Complementary colors are colors that are directly across from each other on the color wheel. Examples with a subtractive color wheel will be red and green, orange and blue, and yellow and violet. Analogous colors are those close together on the color wheel. Another grouping of colors is warm and cool colors, which emulate what their names imply. This applies to both additive and subtractive colors. Warm colors are colors that feel warm, like red, orange, and yellow. They can appear more active and bold. Cool colors are colors that feel cool, like green, blue, and violet, which can feel more passive and relaxed. There is so much more that I can go into about color, but this seems like a decent spot to end. I'm hoping the gist got across and that you're interested in learning even more about color and color theory. For now, you can play around with what I've explained here on your own. You can work digitally, traditionally, or both. Pick out some cheap acrylic paints at your local supply store and see what you can do. Try making your own color wheel, starting with the primary colors and mixing from there. See what happens when you mix red with green or yellow with a little bit of black. Look at objects around you. What colors do you see in them? Is your chair really yellow, or does it have some orange in it too? Is that shadow really black, or is there some blue or violet mixed in? Try and mix colors together to match the colors you see around you. Even if you don't get that close, it's all still experimentation and you're learning more and more. What kind of crazy color combinations can you make? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!